persistence. My favorite quote is from Calvin Coolidge, who was President of the United States. And the quote went like this: "Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan 'Press On' has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race." I have read that quote thousands of times, particularly when things looked bleak in the beginning or during tough times. And boy, is it ever true. I don't watch a lot of football, but I do often watch the Super Bowl. I remember Dan saying that you should approach QLA like it's the last 2 minutes of the Super Bowl because the play is just extraordinary. And it truly is. Yesterday, the San Francisco 49ers played against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs hadn't been to a Super Bowl in 50 years. They had a quarterback who was 24 years old, and they were down 20-10 as they went into the last quarter. The quarterback for the Chiefs had thrown 2 interceptions, and to some it looked bleak, but not to him, not to his teammates. And then I read a piece this morning about that. He struggled when it mattered. When the Chiefs' defeat began to feel imminent, Mahomes flipped a 10-point deficit to an 11-point victory. In 2018, he set NFL records for prolific passing. In 2019, he nabbed a Super Bowl. We have exhausted the conversation about how he is one of the most physically impressive quarterbacks ever. After 3 seasons, he's entering the conversation as one of the greatest of all time. Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that, boy, he fought on and won. And I think a lot of times events like the Super Bowl are microcosms of life and specifically can really relate to QLA. Things won't always go your way. There will be times when it looks pretty bleak, but persistence and fighting through that will oftentimes win the day. And all of the people that began to turn the television sets off or walked away from the stadium walked away a little too soon. He had not yet finished writing the story of how they were going to win, and he obviously did that. So I would encourage you to bring that thought to mind on occasion. Play like it's the last 2 minutes of the Super Bowl, and remember that persistence and working hard, presumably with a plan that you know will work, which is part of the key to it, which certainly Patrick Mahomes had and figured it out with his teammates and coaches in the end. That will oftentimes win the day. So, once again, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press On" has solved and will always solve the problems of the human race. That thought will treat you well as you think about QLA and work QLA. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments or ideas for future episodes, please email bruce@brucewhipple.com. And if you're not already on our mailing list, head over to brucewhipple.com and sign up and grab any of the free reports. That'll put you on the mailing list. There is a lot of free information you can use to acquire already profitable businesses. This is Bruce Whipple. Thanks for listening to the Business Acquisition Podcast. And remember, you miss 100% of the opportunities you failed to take. And procrastination truly is the thief of time. So do something today, please. Your future self will be proud of.